Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. So welcome to this session of APM, which is an APM How to Pass session. My name is Luqman Rafiq and I am the facilitator for the course APM. Our agenda for this session of today is that we have targeted those people who are actually going to start the APM preparations from now, or who have probably failed the APM exam in the recent attempt. So they are actually our target audience. But I am pretty sure that there are other students also who have already been preparing for the course. So we do understand that there is a different categories of the students who are attending the session today. So what is my approach going to be? I will be discussing a bit about the APM course. I'll be discussing about the core areas of the APM. And then what I'll do is that I would take some questions from you people and try to understand that what exactly are the things that you are up to and how you have been preparing. And if there are any other questions that you people might have, we will discuss them also. So, okay. Now see, we recently conducted an post-result counseling session for the June 2023 examinations. And one of our key takeaways was that approximately 35% students is what are there with respect to APM. That is what the number of students who pass the APM paper. So it ranges from 30% to 35% if you look at the previous 10 attempts. This is what it is going to be, between 30 and 35%. Now, a very important thing is that what actually happens that the pass rate is such a low pass rate, and how exactly should we try to make sure that we don't fall into such a category of students who fail the paper. So I will discuss few things with respect to it, and then I will probably be taking questions from you people also, so that just in case if any one of you has got anything in mind, you could probably ask and you could have a discussion. Now see, what happens is that if you are somebody who has attempted APM, so good enough. It's good to actually go on and attempt the same paper again, because at times what happens is that if you don't go on to attempt the same paper again, so you would probably end up starting from the zero mark instead of starting from 45, 50% of the preparation. You would 45% preparation, you would rather be starting at zero preparation. So it's always recommended, it's always suggested that just in case if you have attempted the paper earlier, and if you have failed the paper, you should give it another try so that you can get through it. Now, basically, with respect to the APM, who should go about doing the APM paper, because obviously it's an optional paper. So whether you compare APM with ATX, you compare it with the AFM, or you compare it with the AAA, there is as such no comparison with all three of them, because all three of them are majorly those papers, those subjects, which mainly rely upon the technical knowledge and understanding. So all of these papers, which is basically ATX, AFM, AAA, they all rely on technical knowledge and understanding. But if we talk about this specific APM, so with respect to the APM, what actually happens is that the APM course, the APM course is such that APM course seems to be a very general course. I repeat, the APM is a very, very general type of a course. It's not something that is specific. I mean, like, there is no single answer. There's no single answer to the question with respect to APM. So that's something that you would have to keep in mind, that there is actually no single answer with respect to the APM. There are multiple answers to a single question that could possibly be there. I repeat, there are multiple answers to a single question that could possibly exist with respect to the APM. So if you are new to APM, then just make sure APM is for those people who can actually think, who can actually create and suggest solutions. So if you are somebody who can create, who could give solutions, then APM is actually for you. Plus, what happens is that you should have good communication skills if you wish to pass the APM examination. So these are the three essential things with respect to passing the APM examination. That is, that you should have the ability to think in the given situation, in the given scenario. You should be able to create, you should be able to give solutions to the different problems. And lastly, you should have good communication skills if you wish to actually pass the APM examination. That's a very important and that's an essential thing to do. Now, so what exactly is this APM syllabus all about, and what are the key areas of the APM syllabus which we should focus upon? You see, there are multiple aspects of the APM, and amongst those multiple aspects, one of them is, I mean, like there are different ways of obviously classifying the models, but one of them is basically performance management, planning and control. So one of them is basically the performance management, planning and control. That's one aspect. So which is basically the performance management planning and the performance management control. That's one aspect. Now, the second aspect with respect to this is that there are different, which is basically the performance management models and techniques. Then third aspect is that I would actually classify that to be the other aspects. Now, what exactly are these all about? Let's actually have a bit of a discussion about all of these. When we talk about the performance management planning and control, so what is the thing that is covered under performance management planning and control is that we talk about the mission of the organization. We talk about the vision of the organization. We talk about the performance management hierarchy, that how the performance management is set from top to bottom, how the performance management is set from top to bottom. So probably apply different techniques, that how do we actually set out the plan for the performance management? How do we actually overall plan out the performance management? Then the second aspect is about the performance management models. And when we talk about the models, there are different models, which some of which you have already studied at the different courses. So, but it's balanced scorecard, building block, different techniques like EVA, benchmarking, etc., etc. And then there are these other aspects. What are these other aspects? So when I talk about the other aspects could include what? The other aspects could actually include the information system. The other aspects could actually include divisionalization. The other aspects could include the HRM. The other aspects could actually include the IT implementation and some miscellaneous aspects. Now, basically, when we talk about the APM examination, it's an unpredictable examination. You don't know what is going to be tested and to what extent is it going to be tested. So there is no cherry picking. There is no something as that I would say that this is important area, this is not important area. No, I would say that the whole APM syllabus is an important aspect. But I can tell you what has been the past trend. I can tell you what has been the past trend with respect to questions. But I would actually say that all of this is an important area. Now, generally speaking, there are few topics which are regularly examined. And what are those topics which are regularly examined? So amongst the regularly examined topics is the balanced scorecard, building block model, performance pyramid, benchmarking, divisionalization, transfer pricing, sorry about that, guys. Unfortunately, my internet connection was disrupted a bit. So that's why I actually could not continue with where I was actually. So now, anyways, coming back to it. So if I could just go back and discuss the topics that are examined in almost every exam session is the balance scorecard, the building blocks, the performance pyramid, the benchmarking. All of these are the topics that are examined on a regular basis. So if you are going to go about it, so this is all something that's an essential area of the syllabus and they're examined on a regular basis. Now, so if you are somebody who is preparing for the APM examination, what is the approach that you should be adapting and what do I suggest is that uh, depending upon how you are preparing, I mean, obviously the students who have got enrolled with me, um, I could just show you, um, something which is that how I have delivered the APM course so that you could have a bit of an idea that, okay, what am I actually suggesting? Okay, if I could just take you people through. Miraz, you're talking about September 24 or September 23? Are you talking about September 24 or are you talking about September 23? No such changes with respect to APM course. Anyways, if you would look at the way I have actually designed this APM course, you would see that the course actually has got this the performance measurement hierarchy and the KPIs. Then there are these financial KPIs. Then there are non-financial KPIs, and then there are these models like balance scorecard, building block, performance pyramid, and then I've talked about performance management report. I've talked about the divisionalization, transfer pricing. I've talked about the budgeting. I've talked about benchmarking, quality management, and then there is this IT and information system and things like that. So basically, if I could actually suggest you something, let's say if I could suggest you something, the best approach of getting through this APM course is that um, you go through the content. Like if I start off from now, which is the 22nd of July. So from the 22nd of July, you've got around 8 days, or let's say 7, 8 days of July. You've got 31 days of August, and you've got approximately 7 days of September. So it's actually 45 days, right? What is it? It's actually 45 days. Now, if we talk about this being 45 days, what do we mean by this? So this 45 days actually mean that when we talk about, I repeat, when we talk about these 45 days, these 45 days is something that's, let me just, okay. This 45 days is something, this 45 days is something that you have starting from now till the examination, starting from now till the examination date. So how exactly should we be doing things in these 45 days? Let's have a bit of a discussion. When we talk about doing things within the next 45 days, so what you should be doing is that the first and the foremost thing is that with respect to APM, if you wish to pass APM, the knowledge is important. But in addition to the knowledge, the application skills are very, very important. I repeat, in addition to the knowledge, the application skills are very, very important. Now, when we talk about the application skills to be important, so just try to understand that with respect to the application skills, there is only one way of passing the APM and there is only one way of mastering the APM. That is the examination practice. That is the exam practice. That's it. You don't do exam practice, you won't be able to get through the APM exam. You don't do exam practice, you won't be able to get through the APM exam. So the most essential item with respect to APM is that to have exam practice. The more you practice the exam, the better it is going to be. And for you to be able to practice the exam, ideally speaking, what you should be doing is that every single topic that you cover up, just try to do past paper question, at least 2 questions of that area. So if I've given you 10 topics which are regularly examined, that means at least 20 questions is what you should do out of those 10 topics. And plus I could add up 10 more questions, which could be amongst the miscellaneous topics. So to me, if you wish to actually pass the APM examination, there are 2 things that you have to do. First of all, just make sure that you don't have any knowledge gap. You complete the entire knowledge elements. You compare the entire knowledge aspects that is there. And then the second thing that you should do is that you should get over. I repeat, the second thing that you should do is that you should get over uh, this whole within, I mean, like these 30 questions, 30 practice questions should be there. There should be 30 questions that you should practice with respect to the APM if you wish to pass the APM examination. So my point and my suggestion to you people is that if you wish to pass APM, it's an easy paper to pass. It's just that you have to prepare it in an appropriate manner. Now, what I actually could offer to you people is that there are few students who are already studying with me, and I could see 1 or 2 of the students who have studied with me earlier. And I know that unfortunately one of the students I already know is there in the session right now. She got 49 marks. That was very, very unfortunate, but still, I mean, like not much that you can do. So, but what I actually have got is that we have got 3 different type of courses, which is the extensive course. We have got a fast track course, and we have got a QBR, which is the question based revision. So what I'm actually suggesting to you people is that if you wish to go about APM with me, so I'm actually offering to you people that I can mark 15 assignments of you people, provided they are submitted on time. I'm going to be starting the assignment marking session from the coming week. And if you would like to go about with that, so you could actually start doing it with me. I was counting on one of my students actually to pass the APM paper this attempt. She mashallah passed, and probably she'll be taken on board as an assistant to myself, as she had an amazing way of writing down the answers. So I've actually specifically identified her that if she passes, I would pick her up as one of the assistants who could actually give an additional insight to the students as to how to do the papers alongside me. So if you go about with me, there are going to be 15 mock assessments plus the 2 mock examination and plus the mock feedbacks. That's what you would be getting with me alongside all the lectures and the question-based revisions and etc. Plus, in addition to this, there is actually going to be live sessions, which is 2 to 3 sessions each week. That is also going to be there, which you would actually be covering. Now, the only way to pass the APM is that you have to make sure that you apply as much as possible. You practice as much as possible, because the more you practice, the better it is going to be. So believe me, there's no shortcut to passing APM except for one shortcut, which is practice, practice, and practice. That's it. Now, what I would like to do is that I would like to have a discussion with you people, and I would like to actually, I would like to talk to each one of you and have a discussion that what exactly are the things that you're looking for. So if I can actually have Bomisa, if I can hear from you. Yeah, Bomisa, if I can hear from you. You can unmute also, and you could actually write down in the chat window also, whatever that suits you. Brian John, how are you doing?
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
Okay, have you, I could just recall that we have had conversations earlier. Is that so?
Yes, sir. For SBI.
For SB? All right.
Yes, sir.
So what's the status now? Have you attempted APM earlier, or is it the first time you're going to be doing APM?
I will not. I will not be attempting it because I'm repeating SBL.
SBL. Oh, unfortunately. So you could not go through SBL?
Yes, but I'm taking SBL again.
Okay. So what do you plan to do with respect to APM? Are you plan to do it in December?
By God's grace, sir.
You're confused.
Yes, by God's grace in December.
Okay, live in December. Okay, lovely. Are there any questions that you have, Brian?
That's for now, sir.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Brian. Okay. Ikra, if we can talk. If there are any questions. Okay, Janelle, I could remember seeing your message. Unfortunately, I think you could not make it, right? Is that so? Okay, what went wrong? Are there any specific problematic areas? What is actually bothering you? Okay, how about you submitting some assignments for my review? No, mock is quite far away. Just keep submitting the assignments. Just talk to the team and just let them know that you are part of the curriculum. You're part of the session, and that you would like to actually do some assignments with me. So they're just going to add you up. Don't worry about it. They won't be charging you any fee, probably. Yeah, please do get in touch with them. Miraz, if I could be of any help for you. Yeah, Miraz. Ikra, the same for you, Ikra. If I'm assuming you're the same Ikra who unfortunately could not get through and stopped at 49. Okay, Miraz Hassan, do you have any queries? You had one question, which is, are there any changes? So the answer is no, there are no changes. There are minor movements within the syllabus from one area to another.
Yes, sir. I was looking at other syllabus like SBL. There are major changes I see, but I think there is no changes in APM.
No, there is no change. The only change is that there is some realignment of the syllabus areas. That's the
Okay.
only change.
Okay, sir. Okay.
right?
Thank you.
Lovely.
Mm.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah,
Uh,
hi, Bhumesha. Yes.
yeah, hi, Bhumika this side. So basically, I want to understand if there's any knowledge from SBL required for this paper because I had written the P1 and P3 exam, so it was a long
Mhm,
time back. Yeah, so I don't have any knowledge, from the SBL paper.
mhm. Okay, like SBL and APM, they have got around some few models being very common, like Porter 5
Right.
forces, SOT,
Yeah. Mhm.
NSOF matrix, BCG growth matrix, etc. But if there is a model that is common and that is tested, so I've actually gone through it. So you don't have to worry about going through the SBL thing. If there is a
Okay.
knowledge, the relevant knowledge has been covered up in the lecture. So you don't have to cover, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And for me, it's going to be first attempt of EPM paper. Yeah.
Okay, just make sure that it's a last attempt, and for that to
Yeah.
happen, you need to make sure that you practice more and more,
Right.
and like you keep on doing the assignments. But important thing is that
Mhm.
before you can go on to the assignments, you need to, I mean,
Yeah.
like you need to get through some portion of lectures and see how I am actually doing
Right.
the questions. Then that is gonna make more sense,
Right. Absolutely. Okay.
right? Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you.
Patrick, if I can hear from you, Patrick. Okay, Rajiv, if you have anything to ask, please.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Rajiv, where are you from?
I am from Mauritius actually.
Uh-huh.
I have taken this exam once in December,
Mm-hmm.
but I really lacked practice.
Mm-hmm.
And my problem actually is I do not have model answers to be able to base myself on to reply the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Since it has gone fully online, the exams,
Mm-hmm.
I do not see any answers
Mm-hmm.
anywhere on the site. I do not know where I can get them, but I really want to pause the exam in September. I am
Mm-hmm.
determined to give any level of effort.
Mm-hmm.
And I am preparing myself. Even if I do not do it in September, definitely in December I
Mm-hmm.
will do it again. I don't know if you can uh, guide me and help me.
Okay, you see, what
in-
happens is that I would recommend you that we have a reset offer where we offer a
Yes,
50% discount to all the students who just could not pass. Probably, I mean,
yes,
like the ones who were with us, they failed.
yes,
So what we do is that we usually charge them very nominal fee of $30. But for those who were actually studying with some other institution or who are not studying with us, there's a reset offer of 50%, which you could avail through our team. You could talk to our team, you could discuss with them, and you could avail that. Now, see, what is going to happen is that once you come with us, you would be able to avail two, three things. One is that you'll be getting the lectures, plus you'll be able to submit the assignments, you'll be getting feedbacks on those assignments, you'll be able to attend the live session. So there are multiple things that is going to be included within the package. So what I would recommend to you is that just make sure that you do it in September and get your enrollment done so that you are being able to have access to all these things. And inshallah, believe me, 2, 3 assignments, you would just keep seeing the improvements within yourself.
okay. I have recently registered for the 50%, I think APM, where I have a list of titles which is available.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is a session you are talking about.
Okay, are you talking about this specific course?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
lovely. So you'll be part of the WhatsApp group where I'll be sharing the assignments. So just don't worry
Okay,
about it. Just keep on submitting the assignments and
okay.
you will be inshallah progressing along.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, Rinku, how is everything?
Yes, it is good. I'm going through those recorded lecture classes, and at the same time those questions as well, and taking your live session as well, not missing any classes.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm glad to hear that. I'm very happy to see that you had always been there in all the live sessions. So really good to see. So basically, you see, and I think that every specific session is a value addition, right? So just keep on being regular and just try attempting some of the assignments as you start getting some confidence that you can now do the assignment. Just keep doing the assignments and just keep submitting the answers so that you could get a feedback on them.
Now from next week you are going to give more assignment, is that what?
Yes, that's how it is going to be.
Okay, and the class schedule is the same that you gave?
It will be updated a bit, so I'll be sharing that.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, Ikra, you have a question that how do I answer information system questions? And because I feel I have a hard time answering those questions, also have some ideas for coming up KPIs for CSS. Okay, good enough. Now see what happens is that ideally speaking with respect to the critical success factors and KPIs, there's something that you need to understand that there could be no one single KPI. There could be multiple KPIs. Like economic value added is your KPI. Customer complaints is your KPI. Customer retention is your KPI. Now, important thing is that how to link those KPIs with the CSFs. So CSFs are the things, are the objectives that need to be fulfilled in order to achieve the mission. That's what it is. So now from the perspective of the examination, you need to see that what is it that is part and parcel of the mission? What could be the subsidiary objective of the mission? And how would I make sure that whether that objective has been achieved or not? So that is going to be your KPI. For the information system, I know that a few students struggle because data warehouse, the DBMS and the different other ERPS, etc., different type of things that are examined. The students usually lack writing down the answers to those questions. So what I would do probably is that I would be undertaking a session. I mean, like not in the coming week, but a week after that, where I would be doing this thing. So that's probably going to be covered up. Taimur Khan and Ikra, just let the team know that I've asked you to be part of the September session, and they won't be charging you any fee for that because you were part of the session previously, and then it was a very, very close call. You had been very unfortunate. Taimur, yes, I will be sharing with you an email where you could submit the assignments and you could just review them, right? Okay, I will be sharing an email. Okay, Similolwa on, do you have anything to ask or anything to say?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Thank you for this session, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
I
Welcome.
think I have done this twice already, and I had to take a break because I've never had to repeat any exam this many times without success. So I've been trying question practice, but due to my work, I've been doing them individually, like question one on one day, question two on another, question three on another. Is that an effective way of practicing, or is it better to do it as a whole together? Like practice the entire three questions at once.
See, what happens is that I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Can I just call you Oni? Is that okay for you? Because that's easy for me to pronounce.
Yeah, either, or you can say Simi. Simi is
Simi, okay, thank you, Simi. That you made life easy for me. Okay, Simi.
Yeah.
See, what happens is that again, I believe that since you have been able to, I mean, you've done it twice. Probably what's bothering you is that you're probably not getting the feedback onto your answers. If you start getting more feedbacks to your answer, that's going to make things easier for you, right? So basically what happens is that what I would suggest you to do is that just get feedbacks on your assignments. Just write down the answers to the question, do whatever part of the question that you can do, gets feedback to those, because once you get feedback to those, that's actually gonna be beneficial for you, because without the feedbacks you just cannot survive, right? So it's very essential that you should get the feedbacks, and for you to be able to get the feedbacks, the important aspect is that you should submit and you should actually have somebody who to review. So I would also recommend you to be to avail that 50% off offer and Simi be part of our session, and you will inshallah be getting some huge value additions, inshallah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Okay, I've got Yuvani. Yuvani, how are you, lady?
Hello.
Hello. Are you now
Sir,
able
good
to take
day.
out some time for the studies, or are you still stuck in a
All
lot
right.
of things?
Well, I stopped for a while, at least 4 or 5 sittings, because I got frustrated. My grades were fluctuating between 40 to 48. And so I got frustrated and I stopped. But I intend to resume this September. I want to take it from the beginning where I have no knowledge, so to speak, and to get through it. Hope I can get through this sitting. I intend to participate into the feedback. I think that would be beneficial for me. So I want to ask you, which one of the course would you suggest that I enroll in from the point that I have no knowledge, so to speak? Because since I've been out for almost a year.
extensive one. Go for the extensive one. And
Okay.
when you go for the extensive one, what is going to happen is that you would be part of you're part of the batch, plus the assignments which are going to be shared from now to be submitted. So you'd be able to actually submit those assignments too, and you can get feedbacks on those assignments too.
Okay, I'll do that.
Right?
All right, thanks greatly.
Okay. Thanks, Giovanni. Okay, I have shared with you people. I've shared with you people a link to the APM community. I want you to be part of this. So kindly do join this. I shared this in the WhatsApp group because that actually helps me to also communicate with you people if I need to just share something, if I need to send across something. So that's actually going to help me out also. So just join that community, be part of it, so that we could have more, you could actually get the more timely feedbacks and more timely updates on what is going on with the APM. So thank you very much, all of you, for the schedule of classes which are going to be conducted in the coming week. We're going to share that, and so that you could know that when those classes are going to be, and you could be part and parcel of those. So thanks a lot for joining in. Thanks a lot for your time. See you inshallah in the coming week when we conduct the classes.